guys, if only more Igbo leaders can come out and speak on this issue of Nnamdi Kanu still being in detention till now, then the government will know how serious this thing is. Because all our Igbo leaders have all kept quiet, from our governors to the leaders of the Igbos. They have all kept quiet about this issue of Nnamdi Kanu. So a group came out, still Igbos, came out and talked on this issue of Nnamdi Kanu. Just take a listen. I'll basically guys in a minute.
President, American Veterans of Igbo Descent, AVID, World Press Conference here in Abuja, Nigeria. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, friends of justice, compatriots at home and abroad, we are not here for polite diplomacy. We are here to speak truth to a power that hides behind manners while enabling injustice. This is an indictment not only of Nigeria's persecution of Nnamdi Kanu, but of Britain's deliberate complicity in violating the UN Convention Against Torture in Article 5 to 7 and the auto judice principle. Britain has abandoned its own citizens to torture, and history will remember. 4 years of silence, 4 years of complicity. For over 4 years, Nnamdi Kanu has been detained after being abducted in Kenya on 27th June 2021. This was not an arrest. It was a kidnapping, violating Kenya's sovereignty under Article 2, subsection 4 of the UN Charter. The African Charter was violated. The UN Convention Against Torture was violated. As the UK Supreme Court ruled in Belhalf versus Straw 2017, rendition is a violation of international law and fundamental rights. Britain's response with a question, a whisper for clarification. Britain's silence is not golden. It is crimson with complicity. From Britain to today, the blood-red thread. The silence continues Britain's policy towards the Igbos from 1967 to 1970. You armed Nigeria and ignored the starvation of millions. Half a century later, that policy is unchanged. Britain's betrayal of the Igbo did not end in 1970. It simply changed uniform. In October 2021, British consular officials visited Kanu. Days later, Nigeria amended charges, dropping reference to London broadcasts. Coincidence? I don't think so. This coordination violates the Vienna Convention on Consular Relations, Article 5, and the ICCPR, Article 14. Britain didn't just look away, it helped script the persecution of Nnamdi Kanu. Let's get to the dual citizenship excuse. Britain claims he is also Nigerian. Our hands are tied. International law disagrees. The ICJ in Nottingham, 1955, genuine citizenship triggers protection. UK Consular Guidance 2023, Section 3, Subsection 1, assistance is mandatory irrespective of dual nationality. El Salvador versus UK, ECHR 2016, denial of consular access violates Article 3. Dual nationality is not a death sentence unless Britain makes it one. Britain's endorsement of travesty. Britain endorses double jeopardy, violating ICCPR Article 14, Subsection 7. Charges under repealed laws breaching ICCPR Article 15. A Supreme Court defying precedent, FRN versus Mubike 2022. Britain would never accept this for a British citizen in Europe. But for an Igbo man in Africa, in Nigeria, it is business as usual. Protecting the colonial Frankenstein. Why? Because Kanu challenges the artificial state Britain built in 1914 because he's an Igbo man. And Britain's record is of suppression. Britain is still protecting the Frankenstein it built in 1914, even if it means destroying its own citizens. The issue of this charge is not acquittal. That's a lie from pit of hell. After the Court of Appeal discharged Kanu in 2022, Britain whispered, this charge is not acquittal. This is false. Fallacy. Adetona versus IGP 2020. This charge was acquittal. Unison versus Lord Chancellor 2017. Governments must uphold the rule of law. Britain supplied a lie that keeps Kanu in chains. The present danger. Kanu's health is failing. Under Article 12, ICESCR and Dixon versus UK, ECHR 2007, Britain must intervene medically. Failure makes it complicit in death. If Kanu dies, Britain will not be an observer. It will be an accomplice. Our demands. We demand Britain, number one, to publicly condemn the rendition by El Masari versus Macedonia 2012. Number 2, we demand immediate release per SCJ Diola case 2010. Number 3, launch a parliamentary inquiry into Vienna Convention breaches. Number 4, end diplomatic cover violating erga omnes human rights obligations. A government that claims to defend human rights must start with its own citizens. If Britain claims to be a nation of law, act like it. Stop hiding behind selective morality. Silence is not neutrality, it is complicity. If Nnamdi Kanu dies in detention, his blood will be on Britain's hands. Under Article 2 ECHR, the Igbos will remember. The world will remember.
Okay, the government said that Nnamdi Kanu is a terrorist. Why? Because he was moving for Nigeria to divide and let Igbos have their own Biafra and the Yoruba their own. But the question is now, is it only Nnamdi Kanu that have come out for this self-determination? It's not only Nnamdi Kanu. If they say that it's a crime, why haven't they arrested those people that have also come out and declared this or have wanting this self-determination? Why haven't they come and arrested all these northern leaders that have come out to say that they want this country to divide because the country have expired? Why haven't they arrested the northern leaders? Tinubu is freely today, even though he came out and said the same thing, that let Yoruba have their own nation. But the government did not see that one as crime. But they arrested Nnamdi Kanu, or I said they kidnapped him from Kenya down to Nigeria for one crime that they say he did because he was professing that he wants Biafra to be established. He wants Biafra to be declared. That was his only crime. But today, many people have come out to say the same thing, that Nigeria should divide, that they want to have their own nation, but the government did not find that as a crime to arrest them, but they found Nnamdi Kanu's own as a crime, and they arrested him against his will till today. They've been postponing because they know that they don't have any concrete evidence that Nnamdi Kanu committed a crime. They've always been postponing, changing judge and this and that. That's the only thing they'll be able to achieve for over a long time ago. But let me get your views in the comment section about this video you watch now, and let me know what you think about it in the comment section.